for today's cup of coffee?
Cup of coffee.
Technology.
Oh, technology.
Yeah. It's like I was telling Kid that they've got
Both a curse and a blessing.
The AI capabilities now to where it's like a 3D image and it rotates. Of course, they've been using this in like medical schools and stuff. I think they've been using that type of thing for a while.
Uh-huh.
But now, as far as it's available to the public. And I have seen Zombie over there on X. Y'all need to go and subscribe to him. He's got some amazing AI art.
Yeah.
And another one that does, it's a different type of AI art, but that's Mr. Jingles.
Uh-huh.
And it's just, there's no wrong in art.
No, there's not.
But Zombie's been doing like the 3D thing. He's been playing with that and has done some, really cool stuff with that. And there's another program now that I saw where they can go, it's some Harry Potter shit. Like where the photos and stuff would move.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had watched one today. It was a Van Gogh painting that with the AI, they had gone inside it. And it's like the different elements of the painting would move.
That's cool.
It is cool.
That is cool.
There was one I saw as far as the Mona Lisa.
And the Mona Lisa
quite a
was
few
moving?
of them. Yeah, there's been quite a few of them as far as the Mona Lisa. Her smiling. And they have been very accurate. Of course, it's AI. It's very authentic with the original portrait. But the one I saw today was her holding a kitty. And she had smiled.
Heck yeah.
So those are some of the really cool, whimsical parts of tech that we've got today. And what we've got on the screen right now that was not so whimsical in my world, that's a cup from a few days past where Japan is working on, it's not harvesting, they are growing human skin to cover robots. And that was the one that they had it to where they're going to hook it up to almost like neurotransmitters to where it can smile. And it's creepy.
Yeah. Cyborgs.
So, not to be outdone, from China, this comes from Daily Mail and is by Nikki, Maine, and was July the 2nd of 2024. They are creating a robot that has a human brain.
That's not good.
Yeah. And it says, the article says, Chinese scientists have created a Frankenstein-like robot that is powered by a tiny human brain in a first-of-its-kind feat. The robot works by using lab-grown brain organoid. Yeah, this is a nice little way. It's like, well, it's not truly a human brain. Yeah, it is. It is. And it says it's a mass of cells and a computer chip that interacts with the brain's nervous system. And it has been described as brain on a chip that functions like a human brain using sensors and an AI-powered algorithm, which prompts the robot to move, grab objects, and avoid obstacles.
How is it able to survive without other organs?
That's a good question. It says the team claimed that the brain shows signs of intelligence similar to a human brain by autonomously moving its extremities and could lead to methods for repairing damage to a human's cerebral cortex and create other techniques to heal neurological disorders. And a team of Chinese scientists used stem cells to build the brain. And they paired it with a computer chip that passes instructions to the robot's body that is a mixture of human cells and computer chips that function like a human brain.
What? Okay. This is not good.
And it says that this interface is the same system used to create Elon Musk's Neuralink chip that has been implanted in a human patient's brain, allowing him to control a computer with his mind. No, it's not, because the person that the chip was implanted in already had a brain.
Yeah. Brain on a chip.
Yeah.
Is it crinkle cut?
It's ripples.
Yeah, is it rippled?
Yeah.
Is it Lay's?
It could
What
be.
brand?
It could be.
Is it Utz?
And so the part of this is within this transhumanist ideology that's going wild, and I'll leave the link to in the description box so that you can go and read the full thing, because the premise of this to me is horrifying. And there are things, just because you can do a thing does not mean you should do a thing.
Yeah.
And at one point, humans, being human was considered a sacred thing. And that as far as the science, certain things don't do that.
Yeah.
And it's been a few years ago. Of course, there were some people that they don't see humanity in the same respect, and with the same respect that others of us do.
Right. That's scary.
I think so.
That's.
And it's the science has
Terminator.
lost its rabbit-assed mind.
Terminator. I can easily see that being turned into Terminator.
It's a lack of ethics.
It is.
And this is what can happen when you begin to dehumanize individuals. And so that concerns me. Now, I would have no problem with the AI stuff and it being used to create art or different things like that. I know that yesterday on X, I'm enjoying X, I really am, because I limit myself, that they had shown where somebody had taken a 3D printer and they had created an articulated dragon toy.
Yeah. So, when you moved it, it like
Yes.
had the joints and it can move.
Yes.
Yeah, those are pretty. It's like the squids.
Which is fascinating that they can do that. And I know that some of the 3D printers have been used to create artificial limbs.
Yeah. I would like a 3D printer. I would really like a 3D printer.
Well, some of those are like mega dollars and stuff.
Yeah.
Incoming coffee slurp.
All I need is to produce some dolls. That's it.
Well, this is one of the things, because where the technology like that is being made available to the public, that is, those types of things could open up business opportunities.
Yeah.
Because for the mega toy corporations and stuff, they wouldn't have a stranglehold on some of these. Because with the AI art and different things like that, you don't have to worry necessarily about copywriting something. And there are still brilliant visual artists and sculptors and things that can come up with unique new ideas.
Yeah. Yeah.
That, like I said, with the 3D...
Which is what we need.
Sure. Because competition is good.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for the consumer.
Yeah.
Monopolies, bad. And we've got quite a bit. There used to be laws against monopolies. So I think that it's one of those, woe unto the doctors and the lawyers. Yeah.
Womp womp for them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But with this type of research, there are many questions that I have. And the question of, what is consciousness?
If it may be a human brain, do they have a soul?
No, it could have a soul, but that doesn't mean, as far as, especially when you're dealing with brain tissue and stuff like that. And it's like, even if you've got nerve endings and stuff, does this have the ability to feel pain? And if so, that's horrific.
That's going to cause a lot of ethical issues. It's already causing a lot of ethical issues.
Right. That was the whole thing in Frankenstein's monster, was discussing the ethics. That this creature was created and he was not alive, he was not dead, he was just patched together, and he knew that he was a thing which should not have been.
He was a very pitiful creature.
Oh God, it's heartbreaking. And it was a cautionary tale. And it seems like some of these people in areas of science and often technology and different things like that, they have just forgotten basic concepts. Don't hurt things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't create things that, could be harmed or tortured or anything like that. That was one of the reasons that some of this stuff was forbidden or verboten, if you want to get really technical. Verboten. I like that word. For so long, and people were just like, don't go there. And the ones who did go there, and historically, it's not been that long ago. And dear God, what the hell is wrong with society today that they have forgotten that? And it wasn't just one group doing it. There was quite a few groups doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Around the same time. And one's going to wonder, it's like, is evil itself a contagion? Kid's over there, he's washed 2 cars today. He's had a busy day, so he's yawning.
I washed 2 cars and I went to town and other places.
Yeah. So is evil a contagion?
I think so.
I think it can be.
Yeah, it definitely can be.
Because it is much easier. It has been observed to be much simpler to go along with the group and to do evil than it is to stand up and do good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's that Stanford prison experiment.
Yeah.
Milgram experiment. There were a lot of psychological experiments. There's been a lot of psychological experiments that have been misused, that information.
Yeah.
Instead of, it's like warning people, it's like, hey, don't do this. There are some that are like, hey, people will respond this way, so let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
So with these tissue experiments, it's
not good.
I don't think so.
This is some, I don't even know if this is considered Nephilim. This is something else.
It is, again, people wanting to play God.
Yeah, it's going against the laws of nature.
Yeah.
And you don't do that. That has never turned out well in the end.
Nope. Things were created in a specific way to work together in harmony. Mm-hmm. And it's like people, there have been some that have always been there to disrupt. Now remember, what is the agenda of the enemy? To steal, kill, and destroy.
Mm-hmm.
Because it can't create. It can mock, it can mimic, but it cannot put the spark of life that in something that's only God.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
And even as far as some of these gene editing things, I'm not saying that these people have ill intent. There's a lot of them that are truly trying to help people.
And like, as far as gene editing and splicing and stuff like that, like, for example, if it's fruit, cool. Like, I'm perfectly fine eating an apple that tastes like a grape.
Right.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Most of those things that are hybrid species can't reproduce.
Right. Yeah.
But if they get some of these in there that can reproduce, you've got to wonder, what does it... It's like we were talking about the fish. I was telling a kid the other day, I saw where they had put... taken DNA from a jellyfish that has the bioluminescence. And so the fish was able to glow. And it was beautiful.
Yeah, but that takes its natural ability to camouflage itself.
Right. What does it do to the fish?
Right.
Will these traits be able to be passed on to other fish? Usually it's like any kind of chemical equation. You move something from one side, something from the other side's got to be moved. Because that balance, that seeking of, balance is how nature works.
Yeah.
Newton's cradle. You move one side, the other side's going to move.
Yep.
And it's like, eventually within that, because there's no purpose of the fish being bioluminescent, nature would probably cull that back out of the genetic sequence.
Oh, yeah, more than likely.
That or it would totally fuck up the species. We've got stuff that is totally fucking up other species.
Unless it's specifically for, for people to put them in their, like, ponds or whatever.
I mean, I get it. I really do. But I'm just,
It's like, I'm pretty sure that there are some fish that sold, like, that glow under black light.
Right.
That were not naturally like that to begin with.
I don't know. I know that they've got those... I can't think of what that is. I know the neon tetra, they just look that way, black light or not. There's this one kind, I know what you're talking about, and I can't think of the name of the species right now. They're cool. But,
yeah. I wouldn't mind some fish that glow, but I would rather have, the natural creatures that glow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not lightning bugs.
Right. It's there for a reason.
Yeah.
And instead of people trying to celebrate, hey, this species is totally unique. Let's leave it alone.
Yeah.
Let's let it do what it's supposed to do. No, we're going to go and muck it up. Why would you do that? But when you're dealing with human body parts and mimicking body parts, we don't know.
It's gonna mess some shit
these
up.
stem cells came from somewhere.
Yeah.
And honestly, right now, I don't want to think about it too hard.
Yeah, no.
So, some of this stuff, it's like, no. This is gone, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. It really it's, oh Lord. What was that one robot movie that they literally could repair themselves?
Oh, that was the second Terminator.
It was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That shit, it's easy to see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, no. It was not easy to see. It was just fantasy. It was fun. Now it's scary because this shit's real.
It is. And then we have an opportunity now to sit there and go, shut this shit down.
Yeah.
There is no point in it.
But there's positions in power that we don't know who
we
they
don't,
are.
because this is a matter of forces of darkness.
Because they have kept themselves well hidden.
Sure.
But they are going to be revealed.
Absolutely.
And they are going to be stopped.
Mm-hmm. Because God is still God all by himself.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as some of this stuff, it's like, no. That is just... And they always want to do this as far as... I'm going to help people. Yes, but there are others that's going to harm people.
Years ago, you got a word from God that he said that... what was it? I just had it. He's going to do something and everyone will know that it was him.
Yeah, when he does what he's going to do, that it'll be in a way that no man can take credit and everybody will know it was God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember it like it was yesterday.
And I think we're coming... I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Lord, if I'm wrong, tell me so. But it feels like we're coming upon that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, there's been others that thought that they could do things better than God could. That didn't work as good.
No.
It's going on now in various and sundry and ways we can't even fathom. And that's what it is. It's not just one thing. It's a multitude. It is a true clusterfuck. And I use that in the honest word as far as multiple things going off at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
people who are older and lived through Vietnam, they understand where that term came from.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to explain it so that the algorithm, they don't need to know.
Yeah.
Let them read history. That's what they're supposed to be doing in learning. But even with that, they're learning. But do they have ethics? If something doesn't have a soul, can it possibly be ethical? This is why there's a lot of us that speculate that the people that are doing this stuff are reptilian. They're not human.
No. Well, you've heard me mention this game a lot, and I never actually played it, but I've watched people play it. Detroit Become Human.
Oh, yes.
And where the robots did have sentience.
Right.
They understood that they were not human, but they had... It came to the point that some of them actually started to develop emotions like humans.
Right.
And started to develop a consciousness and empathy, like you and I have.
It was a created life form, and it's like before it gets to that point,
where that one is literally like she's being disassembled, and she's like, "No, please, I was just born. I don't want to be disassembled just yet." And the dude was like, "You can't think. Like you're not supposed to think
now
things like that."
Talk about a clusterfuck on that and ethic.
And her yelling out, "I am scared. Don't disassemble me. I'm scared." That causes a huge ethical clusterfuck right there.
So, if you prevent a problem, that's always the best strategy. It's not that hard. But for some people, it's just like they have no forethought or something to sit there and go, wow, this could be misused. This could go really, really sideways. This could just screw up everything.
Yeah.
It was like whoever it was that brought the chestnut tree up in New York, and then it just wiped out all the chestnut trees that were here in the Appalachian Mountains. Totally disrupted the ecosystem.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck that shit up.
Right. The same ones who brought in kudzu. And it's always the same. Well, it won't hurt nothing until it does.
Listen to this clip from Detroit Become Human.
Oh.
I only exist thanks to the intelligence of the humans who designed me. And, they have something I could never have.
Really? And what's that?
A soul.
Yeah. That is something that cannot be produced in a lab. So, anyhow.
God's the only one who can create souls.
Yes. And that's what I have I've asked this question for a very long time. If you have an individual that appears human, but is devoid of any of the characteristics of God, love, compassion, empathy, forgiveness, any of those traits, are they truly human? One has to wonder.
And that's the thing. In that game, that one robot it started developing compassion. It cared.
Yeah. We are in a time like no other.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, final thoughts, kid.
Oh, we in a clusterfuck.
Yep.
A shit sandwich.
That's why I like the mug that says, "Welcome to the shit show."
Welcome to the shit show. That's another parody.
Well, see, there you go. You can make you an AI song.
Show. I would have to pay.
Somebody do that. Somebody that's got one of those AI programs for songs.
Yeah, but you gotta rent that shit, and I don't.
Oh, some of our listeners may have that, but they may have that a whole setup.
If any of you have the ability to make that a parody of that Curly song "Freak Show," please do it.
Oh, like I said, the AI has come up with some awesome stuff on that.
Yeah.
So, if you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, tinfoil hats, mad scientists, any of these types of things, please put them in the comment section. And that, or if you're shy and you don't want to share things publicly, which is, I understand that, then you can always send me an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And that's in the description box also.
And if you like this video, leave a comment, like, share. Click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Don't know if it does anything. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the bell likes the affection. Give it a ding.
The algorithm hates us. It's hated us for years.
It's not that it hates us.
It's all right. We hate it back.
It doesn't have the ability to feel.
It's been programmed to hate us.
Check her out on BitChute and Rumble. Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter. Rolanda COCWS. It's pretty cool on there.
I have fun. I actually have been enjoying it because, again, I'm very cognizant and I'm very aware of what's going on there. So, know that you are loved.
Yes.
You're human. Don't take that for granted. That is an incredible, incredible thing.
Yeah. It's no coincidence that we're here.
Right.
Everybody is designed to be here in this moment for a reason. Even though we don't know that reason, but we are fulfilling that reason, whatever it is.
Right. And one of the reasons is to treat other people the way that you would like to be treated.
Yeah.
You know, as far as that, tit for tat, that does nothing.
Treat other people with kindness, love, compassion, empathy.
That's it. The traits of God. That's how we live. That's how we try to live. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.